He's a handsome boy. Yeah. What else? What?
What's up, my YouTube people? Thanks for coming back to see just what I do today. I hope you're having a great day. It's a really hot day here in Colorado today. But today is not going to be a cooking video. I know I've done a lot of cooking videos lately. But today is about these guys. I don't know if you can tell, but we are over here by the quail hutch and everybody else. We're down here by all that. So today we are going to be taking these guys and putting them in the hutch with all the others. Now these are the... How's my phone? These are the first 5 I hatched out. As you can see, they're hungry. I didn't feed them much yesterday on purpose because I wanted them to be able to find the feed in the new hutch. Well, not the new hutch, but the hutch with all the others. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 girls. I was hoping for more girls. I think most of them are males, unfortunately. But I'll show you as I'm putting them in so you can see for yourself on, you know, if you ever go to get quail and you want to know the difference between boys and girls. Chickens squabble. So, because these guys need to get into the hutch with the other guys, because 1, they're big enough now, and 2, the other batch I hatched out need to get out of their little brooder box and into something bigger. So that's why I kind of need this container. Yes, I have another one of these cages, but I'll just use this one. It's time for them to move into the big kid pen. We got some hot dogs out here. It's a really hot one today. It's over 100. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling, see if I can set up this camera, and I will show you grabbing one, because I don't need gloves with these guys because they don't peck that hard. And I'll show you the difference between boys and girls. Like that one making all the noise, I believe that one's a boy. So, I'm going to stop rambling, grab one, and show them to you as I'm putting them in the chicken house, or the quail house. Okay, I got the house all set up. Their feeder is full. That over there is full of sand because quail love to take sand baths. I made sure their water was full. So let's grab one. I'll show it to you as I grab it, and I'll show you who's who. Bear with me, I'm still using my new camera, my new action camera. It's not a GoPro, can't afford a GoPro, but it has a microphone on it. Hopefully it's working this time, so it's going to pick up all the dogs barking. So let's stop rambling and let's grab one. Now this one, I know is a girl. It's one of the darker ones. I believe it's a girl. I'm not completely sure until they start crowing. Which they should be crowing by now. They usually crow at 8 to 9 weeks. But as you can see, it's got a lot more design to its chest. Now I'll show you a male so you can know the difference. But I believe this one's a girl, which is exactly what I wanted. I don't have the guts to cull them. All the boys out, so I'm just going to keep them all. Let that one go in there. You got to make sure you close the door because these little buggers can fly. So you got to bear with me a little bit because I'm holding the camera with one hand and grabbing them with another. So I'll try to fix it in editing. Now I think this one's a boy because it doesn't have as much of a design on its chest as the other one did. Yeah, it's a lighter color. That doesn't mean much, but I believe this one's a boy. I know that looked rough, but it's better than him escaping and having little Oliver run and grab one. They're okay. Alright, let's grab another one. I'll show it to you, stick it in, and go from there. Now, I know for sure that this one's a boy. Because see, there's absolutely no design on his chest, and it's just bright red. And I believe he's the biggest one of them all. He's a really big guy. And really pretty. This is their first time outside, so they're not quite sure about the bottom. Being able to see the bottom, it kind of freaks them out at first. But they'll be okay, they'll get used to it. So we got 2 more to go. Hear them all talking to each other. This one, I believe, is a girl. This is the darker one. Isn't that white bit on it kind of cool? It makes it very unique. I believe it's a girl by the design on its chest. But I'm not quite sure. We'll have to wait and see if they crow. But I believe this one's a girl. Go that way. Come on. There you go. Alright. One more. Let's see if it's a boy or a girl. Real quick, leave a comment down below. What do you think it is? Boy? Girl? Okay. Let's reach in and see if we can get a hold of it. Hopefully. Ah! Get little boogers. Now, let's see. Oh, it's a female. See the design on the chest? It's not plain and orangey rust color like that big one I showed you. It's really hard to tell in the dark ones, but I believe I actually have 3 females. 2 males out of this bunch. So yeah, that is a female for sure. You see all the dots and whatnot, the design across its chest. That's how you can tell if the Coturnix quail from male from female. I think I'm making her fall asleep. But yeah, so I know for sure this one's a girl. See if I can get it in there without losing one. Would be nice. Ha! Just set its butt in the water. Now all my doors do have latches on them, just to be on the safe side. So there's those quail. I believe 3 out of 5 are actually girls. That's more than I thought there was, actually. So I have the other 5, the original 5 that are out here, separated in the back. Now I'm going to let these 5 get somewhat accustomed to being outside and knowing where their food is, which is over there in that auto feeder I built, and where the water is, which is under her butt at the moment. And I'll let them get used to seeing the open flooring. As you can see, it kind of freaks them out a little bit. That one's in there playing in the sand. I almost said hay, but they'll be okay. This is their first time outside. When it's super hot like this, the biggest thing with your animals is to make sure that they have lots of water. Don't get me wrong, they need food too, but when it's super hot like this, they don't really eat. But you have to come out and make sure that their water is full. I just refilled the quails. I refilled the turkeys because they're still separated for the time being. And then I refilled the pond in there. Yes, it's just a big bucket. I call it a pond because you can't have the regular chicken water, which is that green thing right there, because I've got ducks in there. And the ducks need to be able to bury their bill and to get a drink to wash down their food. But yeah, I can't stress that enough, that, you know, make sure your animals have water. Even your dogs, make sure they have water. Because as you can see, there's Nelly, and they're super hot, and I just refilled their water trough. Especially if you have dogs like my big boys, they hate being inside. They are serious outside dogs. So I always make sure there's a big trough of water for them. I also, being that I have chickens and quail and ducks and turkeys, I tend to get a lot of flies. It's inevitable when you have a flock. So I have a spray that I put on them that it keeps the flies off the dogs, but it also has a sunscreen in it too. So, you know, they could be outside without getting sunburnt, and, you know, because Cash has got a really super short coat. So I got that, and it seems to be working. This is my first time ever using this spray. If you want to know what the spray is, let me know down in the comments. I'll be willing to show you the spray. I think it works well. You can also spray it around door frames to keep the flies from coming in the house. And I sprayed it a couple days ago, and we haven't had a problem with flies in the house at all. Or around the light, because you know how you leave the back porch light on and all the moths and flies and tend to congregate towards that light? Well, I sprayed that a couple days ago, and we haven't had a thing around the light all week so far. But anyways, I can't stress that enough, to make sure your animals have water when it's this hot out. It is over 100 today. And my animals have lots of shade over here, as you can see in the trees here. Now those trees, I cannot feed them. When I trim up the trees, I cannot give them to the flock. But this tree is my favorite, if I can keep the damn squirrels out of it. Stop from making their nest. But this one is my favorite, and anytime I trim it, I give it right to the flock, because they love those leaves. They think it's a tasty treat. But anyways, they got lots of shade. Yes, they are hot. As you can tell, that turkey right there is panting. It's inevitable. It's over 100 out here. So I just try to make sure they have lots of nice cool water and shade to hide in until the temperature will drop later. But anyways, stop rambling. I'll show you the flock real quick. Oh, that all right there is all my green beans. There's 3 different kinds in there. There's another bed on the other side. It's finally coming up full of green beans. If you were wondering what those were, yeah, those are all my green beans. There's my turkeys. There's Phoenix. That one right there, that black one with the orange on its back. I don't know how well you can tell with this camera. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't have a zoom. But yeah, that one is my favorite out of all the new ones. I named it Phoenix. I normally don't name my chickens, but I thought I'd name that one. Let me go around the other side, maybe you can get a better look. But yeah, that one is my favorite. It's really pretty. I'll try and zoom in editing. I am able to do that in editing. There's Gobble and Wobble. They're both doing good. They're still separated, doing well. All the flock is doing well. I haven't had problems at all. The ducks are still going after them and trying to make a chuck. But as you can see, their heads aren't as green as usual. I don't know how well you can tell on this camera. So they are coming out of, I suppose you could call it rut, mating season. There's Gobble, there's Wobble. Wobble's over there in the corner. They're doing great. I can still go in and pet them, and they're super tame still, which is exactly what I was trying for. And about towards the end of the month, I'll probably be making a video on trimming their wing. They only trim one. How weird is that? But yeah, so they can come out and forage through the garden and get bugs, and because they're not too fond of the chickens coming through and stealing their feed. But eventually that gate will drop, and they'll all be in together, and Gobble and Wobble can come out and follow me around when I'm out here and in the garden, because I do have a mobile chicken tractor that I can always put them in out there. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's go back over and check on the quail. As you can see, they are all in taking a sand bath. So far so good. I'm going to give them another couple minutes out here to get used to everything before I go letting the others out. But okay, I'm going to stop rambling, clean up this one, and I'll take you inside and I'll show you the other ones that actually hatched out. There's a hot Nelly belly. Oh, hot Nelly belly. Here comes Oliver. Oliver! Oliver! He says, "You're too hot. You're too hot." Oliver. Here. Okay. Let me clean this up, take you inside, I'll show you the other quail. Okay, as you can tell, we're inside now. And I think they are more than ready to get out of this little container. I use this little container when they're small because it helps keep them warm, because the only airflow is at the top. But now that they're bigger, I don't quite have to give them the baby feed as much, which is just the ground up starter feed. I grind it up for them. But since I don't have to grind it up so much, it's time for them to move over to that other pen. It's definitely time. As you can see, they're jumping, they're hungry, but I got everything set up. I just have to move the feeder that's in that one to over here. And they got a big water, because even my inside animals have lots of water. Even the little hamstery guys, I always make sure their water bottles are full. And even these cute little guys. There's Big Bear. There's a close-up of Big Bear. Yeah. He's a handsome boy. Trying to chew on my microphone cord. And there's Honey. There's Honey. She's munching away. Here's a close-up. Oh, she licked the lens. You licking my camera. Hi. He's a handsome boy. Yeah. What else? What? Can you tell him subscribe? Hey. He's trying to chew on my camera cord. My mic cord. What? He's such a goofy boy. Where's Honey? Okay, let me put my mic back on. Switch these quail over to their new pen, and then I'll show you afterwards, because I kind of need both hands to do it, because they're wanting to jump out. Okay, I'll be back in a minute or two when I get them all transferred. Okay, I got it all situated. See, they've already found their feed. And are trying to make a mess with it. Sorry if the lighting's crappy, I'll try and get out of the way of the window. I don't want to turn the light on and make it hotter in here than it really needs to be. But there are 9 over here that I hatched out in this batch. It was a pretty good amount. It was like 9 out of 13 eggs. Actually, it was 10 out of 13 eggs. I had one not make it on me. Because if you remember in that first batch I did have 8. I had 3 not make it in that one. They were super handicapped from the beginning. But the one that didn't make it in this one was perfectly fine at the beginning. And then I came in and checked on it later, and it's kind of like it had a stroke. It couldn't get up and walk anymore. But yeah, as you can see, they're eating away, so they found the feed. They'll find the water in just a little bit. But this will be their home for about the next month, till they're the same size as the ones I just took out. Now I'm not going to show you letting the other ones loose in with the new ones I just put out, because I don't want to stress them out any more than they already are, because it's over 100 degrees out right now. And I don't want to stress them out. They're already stressed out enough being in a new place, having an open bottom to where they can see the floor, see through the floor. But I really have to watch it with them, make sure I don't shut them all up together in that enclosed part for too long, because quail are ruthless. They are extremely mean when you're first putting them all together. Sorry, someone was playing with my leg. Because we are in the pups room. This is their room. It's pup / baby room, ready room, whatever the heck you want to call it. But anyways, they are ruthless, because last year with the ones I hatched out, the original ones that were already in that pen singled out one of them, and once one singles them out, then they all sort of gang up on it, and they cornered him inside the house. They scalped him all the way to the bone on his head, hence term scalping. Not only they did that, but they started to go for the jugular. When I got out and I went to check on everybody, and I had noticed there was parts of his throat that I shouldn't be seeing. I tried to doctor him to where he'd get better. I thought he was doing better, but he didn't. He passed away. But anyway, so I really got to watch with the ones I just added out there and with the others. But yeah, hopefully they all get along, but you never know. There's a whole pecking order, just like anything else, just like dogs and people. Or as I like to call them, long pig. So there's my next batch. Those will go out when they're ready. And that is just a platform I made, so when they start kicking around all the sawdust, it doesn't end up in their food or their water as much. Now, it will end up in their food and water, but it won't end up as much. So, I am going to stop rambling. Get my camera out of in with the quail. So that's part 1 of this quail saga, whatever the heck you want to call it, video. Part 2 will be when I go to take these guys outside. I'll show you that, and I'll keep you updated on if everybody's getting along or not. The pups are back here snacking away. Pups! Pups! You guys want to edit this video for me? You're such good puppies. If you'd stop licking my camera though. There's a honey and a big bear. They're so cute. And they have water back here too. Even my inside animals have water. I have a auto water right there for them that I make sure I keep filled and cleaned. because it does get a sludge in it, and that sludge can cause kidney problems, make them sick, inner ear problems. So you always want to make sure you wash your dog's bowls, feed bowls, water bowls. They get that weird slime inside them, and it can just cause upset stomach, kidney problems, inner ear problems. So you gotta make sure you wash those too. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and get off here. Right, honey? And Big Bear. He's so cute. Okay. Thanks for watching Just What I Do today. Please subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what you thought of this video, and if you have any tips on quail or anything else, and if you ever want to send the pups anything, or the big animals anything, the flock anything, or even just send me a letter or a card, because I will respond in snail mail. There is an address down below in the comment, not in the comment, but in the description area that you can send stuff to. Just make sure you address it to Just What I Do, or and anything like that. So again, thanks for watching Just What I Do today. Please subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you get notified every time I post. And whack the like button, people. Whack that like button if you like this video. And I'll catch you next time on Just What I Do. Right, Bear? Yeah.